Oh, hello all. Um, yeah, new commentator, main commentator and league owner is ill today, so I've got the joy of doing it. Just a bit of background on me while everyone's still in pits. I commentate for Silverstone Racing League. I also own CRL. Also commentate there on days which I'm free. So yeah, I've got experience, don't you worry. You're in safe hands. But yeah, let's go. I'm gonna quickly adjust mic level so you can hear me. Yeah. Turn that up. Go here. Okay. Okay, yeah. Just adjusted mic level. We've got some graphics and that to look at throughout race. Okay. Who's out on track? This is of course F1 23 too. There's it's Stephen, or not Stephen, who's leading the cars around the circuit at the moment. I've been given a list of names which they prefer to get called. I'll see how good I can get with that, but yeah, there's drivers' standings and constructors to also look at for this race, of course. But yeah, just gonna quickly message someone. Okay, yeah, now let's go. Cool soul, or Stephen, I'm shit at pronunciation. But yeah, anyways, he's leaving club now on the intermediates, first run of the session. He's going to be flying into Farm and Abbey. I keep getting them muddled up. But yeah, anyways, into Aintree. I believe this is now through the loop. Nicely does it at the moment. Of course, F1 24, which I primarily commentate on, has a more squirrelish handling model. This doesn't, so nice and composed so far. There's an Aston in the background of Ronan, as there's Cool Soul just keeping it cool, and yeah, powering on at the moment through the middle sector. Now long run up into Copse Corner we go. I'd personally go flat out here, but then of course conditions may not allow you. Nicely does it though, not goes fully to the edge, but goes far enough to know that he's safe. But yeah, now through Maggots and Beckets, not really pushing too much, probably because it's intermediate, so you don't want to push too much in wet. But it's purple, and that's gone as soon as Ronan's gone through. So Stefan may be in a point of threat, but who knows, as he's invalidated it. Ronan, however, he's still going into Club Corner. He goes now through the left, through the right. The McLaren of Jesco has let some cars by as Ronan goes fastest, 33.9 to kickstart the session. As who should we look at? There's an Aston going through Copse. It's Phillips or Tasner, and he's gone quicker. But what about Nicholas? He's going through final corner, and it's only third for the second Aston, as Nathan goes fastest of all. Entok, I've heard good things about him, but his lap isn't portraying it. Of course, the red track map meaning he's invalidated, for those who are new. But yeah, Richake 1 heading up to Copse Corner, looking half decent for now. He's kept his foot to the floor, gone wide. He stayed valid as Burak or Heimdall has gone fastest of all by about 3.5 tenths, I'd say, is the best way to describe. But yeah, now through Maggots and Beckett's goes the Merc out of Chapel, now onto Hanger Straight as yellow flags in sector 2 as Rishik heading into the pit lane as Jesko has a massive moment out of Stowe, kept himself calm and composed though as he powers on towards the line. Probably not going to be the best of laps at the moment, of course, with the snap of oversteer, and yeah, it will be slowest of all. Entok, however, on a clean run at the moment, 29.4 in sector 1, currently going through the little snake of Maggots and Beckett's, now through Chapel nice and swiftly. Normally DRS would be open, but instead it's wet, so you get the gist. As in comes a McLaren of Nathan. Entok, however, keeps it valid through Stowe, which is crucial for his attempt. As now through the final 2 corners, can't mess up here as he goes to the line, and it will be 5th. Not bad. The 2 Alpines sitting together at the moment nicely in 4th and 5th. But yeah, who do we chime in with now? Maybe we look at Stefan going up towards Stowe Corner at the moment. Sorry if there's a bit of clicking, I'm just trying to send a stream over to someone. But yeah, he's gone off. That's his lap as Freakies continuing on. Why is my PC so slow? Sorry for all the clicking, but now let's go back up to the notes I've been given. But yeah, Freaky's now on a lap through Farmer Nabby. He goes as Matty goes fastest of all. However, will that stay? Looks like track's somewhat improving. You're starting to see a tiny bit more of a dry line, but still not too much. But yeah, Freakies gets very close, and Freaky behind Stefan. But that little twitch, I'd say, may mean he will miss out on a really strong lap, to say the least. As yellow flags for cars letting one another by. As Freaky's going through again, Maggots Beckett's Chapel, invalidated though, as he's even gone off for a little trip of his own. He may want to send me a postcard, but yeah, that's that for him, or at least for now. I'd assume he's going to be on his way to the pits after this. But who can we pay attention to? Someone on the run is Haika. I hope I've pronounced that right and I haven't butchered it, but yeah, first time in this league, so yeah. Invalidated through cops though. Really difficult corner, you have to really commit sometimes and let off the throttle just to see it through. As Freakies also going again by the looks of it, just wanting a lap on the board, even if it's a really scruffy lap and these are 5 spins in the middle of it, he might as well have it. But yeah, 29.9, looking around P8 after that sector 1. As okay, there's no formation lap, thanks for that info, mate. But yeah, we are gonna see how this goes into Maggots and Beckett section. You just see the AlphaTauri in a way creeping round. But yeah, now onto the hanger straight. Purple middle sector, maybe enough to see him to the top of the timings. Who's currently leading championship? I cannot read that, but Entok is towards the foreground, so sixth at the moment. Isn't the best of looks, as over the line goes Freakies, and it's only 11th. It was a purple middle sector, may I state. Showed he had pace, but just not the elements to execute it, as Rishik on his run through the left-hander now of the loop, just looping it off now and lacing it down to the Wellington straight. And there's a 29.8 sector 1. That's going to put him again about P9 if he executes it. Nice view of the Mercedes, really just focusing up and getting on with it, as Burak, or again Heimdall, goes quicker. Doesn't look like track's improving too rapidly, but regardless of that, there's time being found. As purple middle sector, we've seen that quite a lot. The middle sector is a really big opportunity to find ground in a lap, and so many are going purple there, so maybe signs that middle sector is drying up a bit. Everyone's getting quicker there, or just a bit more confidence in drivers. As to the line he goes, and it's 8th fastest. He found purple, but didn't find the lap he wants, as Entok ever so slightly improving at the end of sector 1, about 1/4 of a tenth. That 1/4 of a tenth is going to keep him where he is though, so this is really where he wants to push, really push up towards the white lines. And you can just see from that quite estranged angle, but 4 tenths improvement so far. That's easily going to put him up to about the top 6. That's more the pace you want to see for someone going for fastest lap of the session bid. But for all we know, he could just be going for P7. Give him some action in the race, which we'd all love to see. Going through club now and just straightening car up. A bit of oversteer there. He puts it 5th with 7 tenths improvement, not far off from P3 games at all, only about a tenth or so. But that's similar said about the top 2, who are both in the pit lane, as they are split by only 4 thousandths of a second. So yeah, as yellow flags for Hiker, who just left the pit lane with Stefan on his way round. I was trying to work out what driver it was. But yeah, as a whole, this has been a half decent quali session. We've seen position changes all around. Let's actually ride on board with this Mercedes. They ended up doing a installation lap between the first run and this lap, as there's 3.5 minutes left of quali. Everyone's going to start coming out within the next minute or so. Just get their final run, try and maybe get the driest or best suited conditions. As it's invalidated for the Mercedes and 9th. Stefan, however, finding 7 tenths. Doesn't look too impressive, but this is the sector where he had that big off in his one valid run. So I promise you it's a good lap, or at least we know could be looking for a top 5. Could just creep himself in front of Entok, but just behind P3 Games. But through the final corner, over the line, and it's still only 13th. It looked a good lap based off the deltas, but it really wasn't, as now the Hasselhoff hiker starts his run. And now through the right, get fairly central, just so you can fling yourself back to the outside for optimal turning through the loop, get wide on exit, flat out from there though, as it's invalidated. He's pushed a bit too hard as Mikel, he's gone fastest of all with a lap and a half of 8/10 improvement. Who's going to challenge him though? That's the question. I don't think it's Nathan. He was doing some weaving. He's probably doing a prep lap, get a bit of temps into the tyres, because a wet circuit ain't the easiest to develop temperatures in. So now through the Maggots and Beckett section, going to get dicey, I'd say, as there you see over the curbs. It's not too quick though. We're gonna tune in with Ronan, who's entering Maggots and Beckett's. Great timing, because this is the most technical part of the circuit. If you can ace this, you've aced your lap really, as there's half a minute to go. He should make it to the line, as there's yellow for P3 Games, as Ronan's let his teammate Entok through, who's about to do a flyer. So maybe Entok's going to pull Ronan along, but Ronan's really dropping off, giving his teammate that much needed space. But we'll tune in with Nathan for his run. Just a nice little TV pod offset view through the loop, nice and slow, but makes sense based off conditions, as Rishik has set himself up for at least 10th, Jesco at least 12th. For all we know, they could be lining up on the back row. But someone I want to really pay attention to is Sir Angel 44. He's on a run, not sure where he's really lying, as Burak or Handel, I will learn him. He ends up retiring in 3rd. Angel, however, fastest man of all, and he saved the best for last really, as what's Entok doing? He's gonna really push it through cops. Yellow flags galore, as I think that's Nathan who's dropped off. If not him, then it's Jesco. I think it was Nathan though. Yeah, it was. He's invalidated, and that's his session over. Entok, however, 4/10 up, but he's invalid. Ronan 9/10 down, so he ain't on a run either. Mikel invalid as well. It really ain't looking good. 3 keys, however, through the final corner, and this is only 14th, so that's going to be your grid. It's going to be Angel, Mikel, Matty, Heimdall, Nathan, Ronan, what's his name, Tasna I think it was, P3 Games, Entok to be your top 9 as 3 keys, 14th in the AlphaTauri, really showing there's that 2 little divisions here. But yeah, there's your grid. Angel on top, Mikel 2nd, Matty 3rd. I want to say that's Angel who's at top of the drivers then, based off how it somewhat links up. Actually, it doesn't really. Maybe he's just a reserve. But yeah, it's Angel pole, Mikael second, Matty third, Heimdall fourth, Nathan fifth, Ronan sixth, and then Tasner seventh, P3 Games eighth, Entok ninth, and Nicholas 10th, with the lower places of course doing their own thing really, being in due course. The race, no formation lap though, so we'll go straight to the action of a 26 lap race at one of the most historical circuits on the calendar, one of the most historical in F1 in general, as of course only circuit where drivers won there 10 times. Lewis Hamilton of course last year, and then hosted the first ever Formula 1 Grand Prix where Nino Farina won, but then his brother went on to win the title that year of Giuseppe Farina. But yeah, quite a lot of longevity at the circuit. Also same circuit where I went to my first ever F1 GP. But anyways, they've lined up on the grid, Ferrari, Red Bull front row, just like you've seen most of last year, as there's a drive-through for Stefan and Jesko, as Jesko's had a mighty start. He's into first, what a sight. He's on the run, but it's all really kicking off, to be fair. There's a car around. I think that's P3 Games. Yes it is, as that's him out, as there's Entok round, runner up in the championship at the moment, one of the contenders, already having to do some work in this race, out of position early on as the host has left. He's now left me to trust my faith. But yeah, Recheek in 8, but he's dueling with Ronan for dear life as he's trying to move up the order. He will move up the order as it's a traction contest out of there, and then Cops taking it nice and safely as Jesko leads with already 1.4 seconds. He could push a few laps, build a gap and then have the drive through, or he could just straight up serve it this lap and give Mikael the lead early on, but who knows. Anyways, there is Matty and Heimdall wheel to wheel into Stowe. Heimdall round the outside, of course on the grippier, quicker softs in this stage, but Matty's going to hold on as there's Nathan, who's right behind this little squabble as Tasner has moved himself up a place as Sir Angel goes fastest of all. Jess goes in the pit lane, serving his drive through on the first lap of the race, same as Stefan, so they've cleared one of their numerous jobs in this race. Of course a pit stop still due for them, as they have not changed the tyre compound yet. But now question is, where will the action lie, as Haikar has moved up against Recheek, but he's ghosting most of it, so not the best, as Roman, who's purple in the first sector, he's really trying to find a way past the Merc on the harder compound. The tyre degradation is going to be varying, especially with the range of tyres. It's looking quite colourful on this grid. 3 on the softs, 4 on the mediums, all the others on hards, showing that there is some diversity here, and we're all up for it because it means strategy comes in, as Roman now leads Recheek out of Maggots and Beckett, but DRS still not in play. That comes in play on lap 3 because we are using F123. I was going to say DRS is in play, but wrong game, as Sir Angel goes faster again. But question is, what's happening? He's got fastest lap, but then this man, he's pulling away. It's as if he isn't even on this grid. He's just in his own little competition, as Tasner and Angel will duel over second for a fair bit of this race, but then also Mikael was on the hard, so question marks there as Higar has found his way around. P3 games, luckily he ghosted, if not it would have been them both over and done with for this race. But yeah, the action is just relentless here. Yeah, it's not as tight as some of the other leagues I've commentated, but then there's individual battles which really make this league unique. It shows there's a lot more like skill-based competition, and there's just one man running off who's already got 8 seconds between him and third, which is a big statement as Nathan moves up to 5th. As just behind we see Ronan continuing his duel against the Merc, as the Merc's round the outside, but he will slot in behind for now as Free Keys first penalty of the race, and we haven't even entered lap 4, or at least he hasn't entered lap 4 as there's a yellow flag, but that's swiftly cleared up as now Jesko has found himself drowned just before pit entry. At least he still ain't last, that's held for Stefan, but he's not having the best of days. He didn't have too strong of a quali, and then drive through off the line. At least he can say he led most of the lap, because he did, but the drive through putting him already off grid, and then just that spin really topping it off, I'd say. As we see Matty leading this little group of 3, and then just in the background, every corner you basically go through, in the background you can see Ronan and Richie as Tasner gets a 3-second time penalty on lap 4, so I have a feeling quite a few could be incoming in this event especially, which based off quali I won't be surprised if there were quite a few invalidations of track limits, as Philip's mum in the pits early on. He's only been on them softs for 4 laps and he's already called a pit stop, so maybe it's a 2-stopper here. Soft for like 4 laps, mediums for 10 or so, and then hards to the end. But then that really makes me think that's a race to compound. But on goes the hards for Tasner, as he now files out just in front of Jesko at the moment, but that could very much change. So we're going to tune in, because Jesko will have DRS, but it's a question, will he use it? Because them hards are freezing cold at the moment, probably won't have the best of exits here. Gives him a great opportunity to have a look, have a sniff for glory, even though that glory's only 13th. But that shows some are already a pit stop clear of the field. But then you can just tell between first and second, Mikael, he wasn't fastest in quali, but then he's flying off about 2-3 seconds a lap from just a car behind and on harder set of tyres, as something's gone wrong. But Nicholas has just gained about 16 places. He's gone from about 11th up to 1st, and Mikael's a second off. So there's some ghost racing here, but that's all throws, so I'll gladly give Nicholas the win, you know. But hopefully in a while it should reset itself, but who knows. I don't know what to say apart from, yeah, that's happened. So yeah, and now back he goes to 10th. I was gonna say it was gonna sort it out. Can you send me a link from your league? Yes. Can you drop your Discord possibly, and then I can hook you up and send you an invite, or I can send you to the owner at least and get some assistance there. But yeah, we are progressing. As backup goes Nicholas. This time 55 seconds clear. So it looks like this is his race. He's won it. If something goes wrong now, God knows what's going to happen. But what I really want to know is what lap times is he setting? He done a 28.6 in sector 1. He's doing quali laps in the race. But look at how much like pace he has through Maggots and Beckett's. And he's literally doing qualifying in the race at the moment. But then to be fair, Angel is somewhat matching. So I don't know. I'd really want to watch the next 2 laps for both and just compare sectors, because 7 laps and you're dropping the field about 2 seconds a lap, as Mikael is just dropping the order. He's now 4th. I've never seen such a bugged session. But I'll give you this is arguably one of the most confusing league races I've had to commentate, because this man's in P4. This man's leading. So you're saying there's about 4 lapped cars between the Williams and the Aston. And then the man in his own little dream world, him, is 6th. All after 9 laps, so this is going to be a quick race. Okay, one of the admins is going to sort it out. That's good. But there's a moment. It's yes go. That's just even worse for him. But yeah, is it just me, or am I maybe being delusional, or is the grid slots changing? Like, Mikael's been about 4 different places in the last 3 laps, and it's back to lap 9, where a moment ago it was a lap 10. So I don't know. As he's dropped now to 7th. And now 8th. I don't know anymore. As Nathan's going slow, unnecessarily slow, I'd say. He's currently done 22 seconds to get to the end of the middle sector. But yeah, that's something. I don't know. I think we need to get an X-File specialist on this, as this is not my field at all. But then that just shows how outdated this F1 game is, let's be honest. Ronan is now leading. He was about 6th a moment ago, now he's 9th. I'm ready for him to drop to last. I'm bracing myself for every single option now, as I don't know what's happening, honestly. Oh, Nathan's now leading. as he's just lapped an AlphaTauri. Okay. We aren't even halfway through the race and we're going through all this. Okay. Just keep doing my job, yeah? And then when the F/AI come knocking on my door going, what happened in this race? I'll act innocent. But yeah, now that's happening. And that's an overtake for Nicholas, or not, as Heimdall closes the door on him. But yeah, why were they going so slowly, especially through there? We also saw it a few laps ago, as Sir Angel's just plummeted down the order. This game, I thought was better than F1 24. I'll debate about it later though. But yeah, as Heimdall now leads, even though Sir Angel now leads. Boy oh boy, we are gonna get lost quite quick. But all I know is there's pit stops unravelling. That really ain't helping, because either way the grid just gets lost. As Entok shot up to P5 now, where in truth he's about P11. So yeah, I'm just going to keep talking about how the grid keeps changing, because apart from that, it's just spaced out and then single file lines up and down the grid. But yeah, this is some content for you guys. Who do you think will win? Because I now think it's gonna be Stefan or Coulthard in P15. And with the way this is going, it's anyone's game. But yeah, may I just point out, the race started at about 25 past. We've already been doing this for about 20 minutes. And we're only lap 12, as Heimdall now leads, as Entok sits in 4th, which is about the 10th place he's had. But now Sir Angel and Matty shoot up the pecking order. I'm lost. What else can I say apart from Nathan has just plummeted and Ronan's now 3rd. And yeah, this Aston, who's behind the Williams, is classified 8 places above the Williams now. Never mind, he's now a place ahead. I should just start talking about places, because that's when they change most. Does this game hear me? Do you hear me, first of all? Just to make sure I'm not going like crazy. And Entok in 8th. Currently inside. Never mind. He's now behind Nathan, as he starts lap 13. It's about 2 minutes a lap at the moment. Just now it's lap 13. Huh? Okay. Yeah. So, what's going on? I'm sorry, but don't know anymore. The game's broken. That's all I know. But yeah, it's a session and a half at the moment. Let's now go with your said leader for a bit. I'll be back in a minute, hopefully. Or is it going to stop having a hissy fit? Because I feel like it's me. My first day on the job and the game's having a hissy fit. As Roman gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Nope. I'm going to go for a minute, see if it stops having hissy fits. I come back and it's still broken. Okay, I'm just gonna commentate what I know. It's a game of catchphrase, you know. I feel like the game's being Stephen Mulhern, showing me the catchphrases. And I just have to say what I see. And I see a mess for the graphics. So I'm going to turn the UI off. And just go off this. It's 10 times more difficult to actually work out who's where. I know that Red Bull's the leading, then it's a Ferrari. But anyways, P3 Games and his teammate, who aren't even anywhere near each other, go for a bit of dueling. Will there be a reattempt in club? No. We'll chuck this back up just for a bit of guidance of this mess. What I've worked out is it's just whoever's in top 3 really start jolting around. But all I can say is we're getting there. Safety car. There we go. As Reshake is out, and it looks like Intok is going slow. Now we can just watch the true colours of this mess. I want to see if the safety car actually fixes this now, because it says Ronan leads. But then it should be Mikel. Regardless of that, I'm pretty sure Ronan will take this. It's been a very dodgy race, and he's been told to go by. And now grid places have been reshuffled. Sir Angel goes past the safety car. Who ends up actually leading it is my question. I have a feeling it's going to be Mikel, and he'll just self-organise it again. As a few cars are getting penalties now. yeah, Mikel, 6th place will lead the safety car. So the game knows who's first. They just don't know how to say they're first. That's the only problem. Maybe I'm just crazy, but the race leader leads safety car queue. So they're saying the leader's in 6th. Ain't it crazy? Okay, so I'm gonna need some therapy, and yeah. Who does this say is the leader? It's a mess. It's just as bad. Where's this? 15, 15, 15. Not 15, my bad, 16. This guy hasn't got a final sector in lap 14. Wolfie Hat sent a friend request. Who's Wolfie Hat? Yeah. Oh, commentator. Yeah, I'm alright. This is just chaotic at the moment, but yeah. Huh? Add. Now I'm alright. Please invite. Invite who? Oh, it was yes, go. Yep, I worked it out. I worked it out in the end. The way you said it was commentator, I thought you were saying Wolfie Hat is a commentator. Yeah, sorry for that. Now I found out you're a driver. Okay. That's... So yeah, if I'm reading that then, I ain't going insane. But lights are off. If they're on, I'm blind. They're on. Or are they? They're on. Yeah, they're still on. I need my glasses. As P3 Games gets 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. As there's a big kerfuffle. As Nath goes off. I feel like they should so the leader is in the pit lane. So he's going to be behind all this. We're getting there. I might just go to bed after this, you know. It's 9 o'clock now. Well, not 9 o'clock, 6 to 9. With 8 more laps. As long as the grid doesn't change every 2 corners. But yeah, so we will go underway with Mikael now leading, then Tasna, then Freakies, Entok, Matty, Ronan, Angel, Heimdall, Hiker, and then P3 Games for top 10, as Mikael has ran off already and already has DRS range cleared before you even find Abby, which is turn 1, as now Stefan letting himself get lapped by all. Nice and charitable lad, who is 5 minutes behind. I don't think he's gonna finish, but perseverance is all that matters. For all we know, 2 finished this, and he's one of the 2. But yeah, we get the gist. As this man, I do not know what he's had for breakfast, lunch or dinner today, but all I know is it stimulated him in such a way that he's found 5 seconds and 2 sectors on the whole field, which I didn't think was humanly possible. But yeah, he's purple, he's going for it. We'll see what pace he ends up setting. He may have only been down to earth in quality because it was Inters, but this is his true pace, so over the line, and it's a 27i. This is qualifying trim for the Red Bull, as it's only 29s for second. As Hiker in the Haas on the softs as well, he's actually catching Nicholas, so it could be a little duel towards the end, as Freakies and Jesko now dueling around. But yeah, the safety car has sorted this out. We now have finishing orders. Hiker, 4 temps improvement in sector 1, and a place improvement from the start of the lap, as he's made his way swiftly up into P2 with DRS assistance, and now he charges on, hopefully to secure second in the end, as we will change the detail to penalties, so that can be our main conversation, as Matty and Entok wheel to wheel into Maggots and Beckett's, through the left, through the right, they're still going at it, into the left again, and now Matty will hold on, and now DRS in play, Freakies basically in his own world, as it's the literal NASCAR race at the moment on this restart, as there's a bit of wing flying off trying to spot who, but DRS is enabled, as Mikael has just dropped the ball, hasn't he? He's 8 seconds clear, as it's all a mess really. It's as if they're using full TC, full brake assist, full steering assist, all trying to race each other, because they're going so slow in so many parts of the circuit, and it's just the train. You can just watch from the man who's a lap down. It's just a snake. You can see that here. Hopefully someone has the balls and goes for it, but currently they stay in a single file line, so not too much to complain about. But yeah, this is esports stuff. Nice single file racing. Of course, event 2 just rounded off yesterday in the F1 Sim Championship. Thomas Runhar leads that, as Red Bull won there at Silverstone during event 2. Currently Mikel is set to continue that trend really, with another Red Bull win at Silverstone this week in League Community. Entok 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, as Entok versus Roman, they're all to all, but Ronan will hang on, as Sir Angel, one of the quicker drivers, under threat from P3 Games, but he will hold on to P10. But he could just sit here, follow them, as never mind Nathan has retired from session. He's going backwards now. But yeah, what I was going to say, as Angels lost the place, is he could finish here and still be in the top 6. So there's no real urgency for him. It's about how many points he wants to score in the end of this. If he wants to score more, he'll have to get a wiggle on, especially to try and get Matty. Never mind, as there's no more front wing for P3 Games. And same said for Entok, who looks like he's had a moment with Burak, as Angel has just got what he wanted, and that's some places, as it's a VSC now. Stefan, 3 more seconds of time penalties. P3 Games has retired from session, so Sir Angel will also find his way up a bit, and now he's in a position where he could finish here and get a top 5. It's only getting better. It's almost as if nothing can go wrong now for him, as it's Ronan versus Matty for 5th, well, for 6th, as Angel's there. As it's Hiker, Jesco, and I'm trying to remember name, Nicholas, going for it. So yeah, I'm back. What have I missed? Nicholas, he's just chasing on for top 3. There's been position clashes. So yeah, Entok 3 seconds, Hiker 3 seconds, Jesco 5. Jesco should drop. Never mind, Entok's dropped to 11. Back up to 3rd though. That's a bit nicer, as Nathan leads, which shouldn't be. He was 5th, he was in last a moment ago, but he leads. Then Mikel in Red Bull. As Tasner's left the session. Haikar in a position where he could fight Entok though for second, which will be the main storyline to the end as Mikael leads. Nathan back down to 9th. Places change. Matty now leads. As there's a snap of oversteer there. Ronan 3-second time penalty. As we are on lap 25. Or at least it says. As long as we log the actual finish order, we're fine. But yeah, Entok 5th now, Haikar 6th. Only a lap to go, or at least that's what it says. Probably 2 laps, however. But yeah, this should be your leader, should be your winner. But it's really what the game logs in the end. And then you'll have to do some backtracking, as Mikael up to 2nd now. As he's crossed onto lap 26 now. And now this is just dilating itself out. Haikar, who was fighting for 2nd a lap ago, fighting for 6th now, as the game's bugged. We could just be on lap 26 forever. Wouldn't mind, as Matty crosses onto lap 26. So does Angel. We've been on lap 26 for God knows how long now. As Ronan's in this battle for the game's classification of a win. But never mind, he's now 4th. And this man only going through sector 1's now ahead. Nathan 3-second time penalty. Boy oh boy, I'm lost. So who's winning? It should be Mikael. But knowing this game, next up we go. No, it's the win now. Mikael's won. As 2nd charges on. Sir Angel takes 2nd. Matty 3rd. Ronan 4th. They're still going through 2nd sector. Haikar 5th. I completely disagree to this finish order. All the penalties are at the back. But yeah, what it should be is Mikael, Haikar, Jesko, Entok, Nicholas, Matty, Angel, Ronan, and then Nathan, then the 2 AlphaTauris. As if it's the logged right. But yeah, regardless, that's your Silverstone GP. The game had its own classification, I've got my own, but at least we both got the same winner, right? But yeah, now session ends. Haikar driver of the day. I agree, I'll be honest. But yeah, now onto the podium. He's floating. But yeah, there's your finish order. Not updated at all. But nose finish margins. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.